president. Ron Bonjean is a Republican strategist. He joins us now. Ron, you and I have been speaking over the last few days. And when do you think, at what point do you think, as your view on this shifted over the course of the weekend, Republicans do say to the president, OK, it is time for us as a party to come out publicly and say that Joe Biden is the president-elect?
I think that'll happen eventually, but I'm seeing the strategy unfold as a focus on Georgia, to focus the energy and the intensity and the frustration of the way the vote turned out for the president and focus conservatives and voters on Georgia for January 5th. That doesn't mean that the Republicans, our elected Republicans, are going to stay in the same place they are, but I think that it is going to last for a couple of weeks like I thought. You know, again, the Supreme Court decided that during Bush versus Gore, it was December 12th when they decided to go for President Bush. So there is some time. Yeah. This is a great grace period.
And look, Mitch McConnell wants to make sure that Republicans hold on to the Senate. He wants to keep his job. He wants to carry on being Senate Majority Leader, which is why he needs to win those two runoff races, those Senate races down in Georgia. Is there any downside to the Republican leadership for not coming out and doing what is traditional and conceding that Joe Biden has won?
Not at this point. You know, if this plays out for the next few weeks, and Republicans will eventually acknowledge publicly that Joe Biden is the president, I think that'll be just fine. It would be more of a problem if it's inauguration time and we have not recognized that Biden is going to be president. At this point, we're in the lame duck, where we are focused on getting organized for Georgia, letting these states certify their counts and engage in recounts. There really is, you know, in terms of a focus, there really needs to be a focus on Georgia in terms of preserving the majority.
Yeah, I mean, just to mark people's calendar, Ron, Mitch McConnell has given him a long ramp today, hasn't he? Because he's clearly himself focused, as you say, on the Senate races in Georgia. But he's talked today about the College of Electors coming back. And up until that point, the legal battles can continue. And that isn't until the first week of January. So people should get ready, shouldn't they? This is going to go on for 5-6 weeks.
It could go on for 5 or 6 weeks, but that doesn't mean that, Joe Biden, I mean, he can put together his transition team. He can start putting together his plans and get ready to implement those January 20th when he's president. Both can happen at the same time. I don't think many people necessarily care whether or not Republicans recognize Joe Biden right now. I think they would care very much if in January, once he's inaugurated, they weren't recognizing him as president. I think that would be a huge problem for us as a party. Our focus is on Georgia and preserving the majority and making sure that, voters understand that we're letting the situation play out in terms of recounts and any sort of legal room that the president needs to make his case. Most Republicans believe that Biden will be president, but they're letting the president have his day in court.
OK, Ron, lovely to talk to you. Thank you for your perspective this evening. I mean,